Fusion Radio with Brian Stinson and the homie YTS Keish, man. We just straight had a session where they roasted me on this radio station, man. They was saying, yes, y'all did roast me on air.
Didn't.
Yes, y'all did, man. Come on, let's keep it real. Y'all roasted me.
We took a couple shots, but we ain't really roast you though.
Yeah, yes, y'all did.
And I ain't really say nothing about you. It was really Ken Youngin he was on that. He was on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It be like that though. You gotta roll with the punches though. You hear me?
I see that. I'm for real, man. Y'all on this old kick, man. Like I don't want to recognize or like I'm not embracing that I'm older now.
Nah, it's not that. It's just what you gotta understand is you talking to how old is King Young? He like 10 or 11 years old, right? You talking about stuff that happened way before his time, like way before my time. So he looking like I don't even know what this man talking about. That's what it really came from, though. But you feel me?
All right, so man, the show is Fusion Radio, man. My brother is in the building, YTS Keish, man. He reminds me that I'm old every show. He does.
Yeah, I'm the young bull and you the OG. That's it. Be like that.
All right. I ain't gonna say John Moran because John Moran ain't who people claiming right now.
Nah.
Yeah.
We gonna hold off on him right now. He tripped. I don't know what type of time he on.
So man, look, our guest, man, those of you that's on Facebook Live is saying right now, man, like whole name transformation, whole music transformation. We got so much to get into with him, man. His name is what? You say your name?
FatboyGoth.
FatboyGoth. So we knew you previously on Fusion Radio as Joe Jizzle.
Yeah.
So Joe Jizzle, man, like, you know, Joe Jizzle was the hip hop artist and all that stuff. And then you transition to FatboyGoth, man.
Yeah.
Like, and you transition musically from hip hop to alternative. You're considered like an alternative artist and all that stuff. So take us through, man, like why the name change and why the music changed.
I mean, I feel like if you've been in the game, like if you could wake up and be like, I woke up, I wanted to do music, and somebody put you on tour because of your talent. You young, you don't get to choose like what you really are, like who you really is. You just woke up with talent. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around a world of talent, but like I didn't figure out who I really was. You know what I'm saying? Without money being spent, without people telling you where to go and stuff like that, being around stars and celebrities like that, I found out who I really was, and I changed my name because, you know, getting in tune with yourself, you see a different version of everything you look at. You know what I'm saying? You see a different version of yourself, and everything's been going good. Self-love, self-care, everything's been going my way. FatboyGoth, that's what it is. That's how I feel. That's how I move. That's how everything goes. You know what I'm saying?
So why the name FatboyGoth, man? What's the special meaning behind it? Because you got like a whole movement with that, man, and I definitely want to share with the listener audience.
So you know, I obviously I had a different name and everything, Joe Jizzle. You know what I'm saying? That's very strong in Chicago, like very globally, and I went through a personal, like I said, a personal self thing, finding myself and what I really care about and how I really move, how I really live life and what I really care about.
That's what's up, man. So,
and I did this show. It was like a backyard show. It was my boy Vomit Dastley. He was featured on the show. And I called myself before I go in there. I'm like, I'm gonna change my name. I gotta really tap in with myself. I've been always in tune with the hipsters. I've been always in tune with the rockers. I've been always in tune with the go-getters, the gangsters, and all that. I'm like, you know, I gotta put all that in one. Like, I can't just, you know, change my name and you know, make it a name where it don't fit for me. Joe Jizzle was like, I grew up listening to Snoop Dogg and stuff like that. So I was like, for shizzle my nizzle, I was like, well, my name is Joe Mel. So I was like, I'm gonna change my name to Joe Jizzle. That's where Joe Jizzle come from. I'm gonna change my name to Joe Jizzle. So the history of that is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna change my name to Joe Jizzle because I'm listening to real hip hop. I'm listening to real stuff like that. I wasn't thinking of myself. I was thinking of other people. You know what I'm saying? When I was thinking of myself, of how I really move in the city, who really rock with me, it's really the dark culture. It's really the underground. It's really the people that you don't see that's actually doing more than the bigger mainstream. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't notice that till I got around it. You know, and to that question, I got booked. I got booked with him. We got booked at the same time. We got paid. He got paid on his own stuff. And I ended up in the backyard show. But a backyard show is actually bigger than a show that somebody's trying to do at an actual concert hall. And him and his team was yelling, FatboyGoth, FatboyGoth. And that's a name I wasn't confident about of calling myself. You know what I'm saying? So he like, hey, you know, I'm with Vomit Dasily. He like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, FatboyGoth. He look at me like he knew the celebrity name, but he's like, okay, cool, I rock with that. He ain't judge me on that. And it was just like he had the whole crowd cheering, FatboyGoth, FatboyGoth. And every show that I did from now, they cheer that because of that moment and how I move and the energy to not care of anything extra that had nothing to do with that wasn't a part of me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So I want to do something, man. You shouted him out many a times. You told me before we actually went live that, man, he's an important part of your movement, man. So I want you to introduce him, and then I want my bro over here, man, to actually tell us, man, musically, man, what you bring to the table, where people can check out your music and just like what it's like for you to work with FatboyGoth.
Hey, so look, first off of everything, we are Broken Souls Cult. Broken Souls Cult. I really appreciate being a part of it. This is Vomit Dasily, Mr. Dasily, God Dasily. And he get talking stuff.
Yo, what's up, guys? Shouts out FatboyGoth for inviting me to this interview with him. It's just real cool. Honestly, bro, I just love the underground. I've been making music for 10 years, and I grew up in the underground, just making underground movement. So when I got introduced to Joe Dizzle, FatboyGoth, as you now know him, I immediately saw something in him. He had a spark unlike most people, and you can see that when you look somebody in their eyes, and you already know. So I immediately knew that I needed him on my team, and we needed to work together.
Okay, so I ain't gonna lie, this kind of exciting for me though. So, cause it's like I always grew up and I knew what goth people were and stuff like that, but I never been around somebody that was actually like goth for real. So like to see you guys and see like how you dress and like how you go about your music and stuff like that, it's like it's interesting to me because I don't really know nothing about it. So like for the people that's not really familiar with the goth movement and like you guys' music and like what y'all really trying to do, what is being goth though?
So let me start with myself,
Okay.
and I'm gonna let him end it. Me personally, it's crazy. It's a really mental thing. I never feel comfortable in the clothes I wear. I know if I wear all black, for some reason I look good because there's nothing showing no body. So it's a mental thing. So I start saucing myself up like that. And that's even like when I'm on tour, riding around, I'm like, I want to wear all black with a chain. I want all black. For some reason, like mentally, like it gets mental. Mentally, I'm like, okay, cool. I feel comfortable myself because I feel uncomfortable with something I'm trying to hide. Maybe I gain a little few pounds. Maybe I don't look good in a tight shirt to show my belt. Maybe my chain's poking out my stomach. In the process of it, I'm wearing all black. I'm like, cool. Then the mental of it, it's like I'm gonna always do this, and I'm gonna try to wear black so cultural and different that I have to look fly every time, but wearing black though, the same color. And it gets you to think about yourself. No one cares what you wear. No one cares what you wear. Like, how can I say? You being yourself. I'm being myself of how I mentally felt about it, my insecurities, and then you get around people that only do that. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm entering a different zone that led me to a different zone. I'm like, wow, it's so creative. The chokers and everything. It's like none of these people are judging people. None of these people care about how much money you got that wears this color. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about how many girls you got, what school you went to. It's like a culture. It got me to a cultural feel. I'm like, man, okay, cool. This is different. Like everywhere I go, doing me, how they brought me to it. It was really different. I'm like, okay, cool. I really feel home. And then I put my music into that. And then it led me to different culture, people of the color. And then it just got bigger and bigger. Like we all a whole. Like, you know what I'm saying? It led something else for me personally. And then it goes deeper from that. And then it led me to Vomit Dazzler. I'm like, boom, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a whole underground love. It just keeps going further.
Let me tell you.
That was a start for me.
Let me tell you. I'll answer your question in one sentence. It's the freedom of self-expression, single-handedly. To express yourself freely, to not worry about what other people are going to think about you, what other people are going to say about you. That shit doesn't matter, or that stuff does not matter. You know what I mean? It's all about just expressing yourself freely and being the person that you want to be.
So I'm glad he said it like that, because when you think about it,
As a black male, though.
Yeah, that's
as a black male. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. As a black male, it led me to amazing success of freedom. And it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's like, when you think about it, that ties great into the music. You feel me? Because music should be like, it shouldn't be a blueprint to music. You feel me? No one should be able to tell you how to make music, what's the best way like to go about making music. So it's like, for y'all lifestyle to already be like that, I know it makes making music even more great, because you already free as a spirit as far as like your movement and how you move as a person. So then when you go in the studio, it's like you just take that vibe and that energy and then you put it into your tracks. So like, for example, the song we have for you today is called Upside Down. Yes. Like, could you talk to us about like what was that process of making that song, and like what you was going through, and like what was your mind's state of frame when you made that song?
Yeah, so Upside Down was like me. I always make songs about girls. Like, I always make songs about how I feel about a female, you know, that I talk to, whether they with me or not. It just motivates me to make music. Like, if I'm in the studio, like me personally, like, I have a lot of females in the studio, and the females will be real. They'll be like, that song is hot. That song is garbage song. I'm not messing with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. I'll make another song. So it's kind of my motivational to make music, because the females don't lie when they hear it. I made a song about this girl. She made my world feel upside down, and she got her way, even if it was right or wrong. I was like, I'm gonna make a song about this, you know, and that's how it was. You know, that's just really how I went off of.
Well, let's jump into it, man. It's my brother, man, FatboyGoth, man. Transition from Joe Jizzle to FatboyGoth, man, in the building and all with my brother, man, YTS Case, man. Upside Down is in your ears, man. Let me forewarn you. I got to do this on this radio station. When the song is 2 minutes or less, I got to warn you, you can't go get you a sandwich or no cookies, because you'll come back and the song could be done.
Let's go.
It's Fusion Radio.
Smile. Don't know why you got me waiting. Please let me finish my sentence. Hope you not testing my patience. Try to figure it out. She said some things, yeah, that hurt me. We did some things, yeah, you wouldn't believe. I get this revival, you next to me. I'm trying to figure it out, but I just can't say it. All the powers and dice all up for weed and yeah, everything's so great, but it was just me. Why should we waste our time? I should follow the signs, can't get you off my mind. Yeah, it's just me. You turned my world upside down. You took the words right out of my mouth. I did everything just to make you smile. You tell me when you upset, but I want you to smile. Don't know why you got got me waiting. Please let me finish my sentence. Hope you not testing my patience. Try to figure it out, try to figure it out. She said some things, yeah, that hurt me. We did some things, yeah, you wouldn't believe. I get this revival, you next to me. I'm trying to figure it out, but I just can't say it. She said some things, yeah, that hurt me. We did some things, yeah, you wouldn't believe. I get this revival, you next to me. I'm trying to figure it out, but I just can't say it.
88.9 FM, WIIT, Chicago.
So I got told, man, get up out my head, man. We's both thinking, why you put your hand on your head, man? I told you we got to bring the radio audience in to what was happening. Joe Jizzle. See, look, I just went back to his own name. I'm still saying it.
Also good, and it's not a problem.
FatboyGoth, man, we just heard his single, man, Upside Down and everything. And I was trying to get this out to say that, you know, I looked over at my co-host, YTS Keith, and I was like, why that sound like something that he could jump on, that this artist is no longer with us, could jump on? And who was that talking about, Keith?
He was talking about Juice WRLD.
That sound like something you guys could do.
You know, it's crazy. Respectfully, I only let people say it for me. I don't like to speak on the dead recipes.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, they like my style, how different it is. I am the next FatboyGoth, but Juice WRLD has something that people remembers of how I bring it to the table. But it's definitely different than what he did. He's a freestyler, like he does. I really sit down and write my lyrics. Like I really sit down and really study what I'm talking about and how I care about it and stuff like that. I can freestyle, but it's gonna be hip hop freestyle. It's not gonna be alternative freestyle of how I'm doing it. So I do get Juice WRLD brought up a lot in every interview I do and stuff like that. But I want the people to keep saying it for me. That's nothing I can say for myself, you know.
And why is that? Why
It's
so?
respect. It's respect. It's a God. Like Juice WRLD is a God. I'm my own God. I don't want to say like, hey, I'm better than. If I'm gonna say I'm something, I want to say I'm better than it. So I'm not gonna say I'm better than Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD's a God. So I'm gonna let you say that it reminds me of Juice WRLD, but the FatboyGoth God reminds me of Juice WRLD God. When we may have similarities or something that we share for the culture, but I can't say Juice WRLD myself. It's just off respect of his death.
It's like I wouldn't even so much. Well, I get exactly what you're saying though. I
You hear me? You see how far I go?
Yeah, I definitely get exactly what you're saying.
Because the underground culture already hear me. The underground culture hear me Juice WRLD too. So I'm never gonna say like, yeah, I'm like Juice WRLD. I'm not like Juice WRLD. I'm FatboyGoth. You know what I'm saying? If it reminds you of Juice WRLD, then that's amazing. Me and that God have powers that we share together for our people.
See, with me personally, with me being an artist, it reminded me so much. I ain't even gonna say so much of Juice WRLD, but it reminded me of Juice WRLD because it's like not even so much of the style of music you were making that like that song was. It was just like how you were saying what you were saying. Cause like what people don't understand is that's what makes and breaks certain songs. It's like it's not what you're saying, it's how you saying it. You feel me? Because I could use those same lyrics that you said, and I could say them a different way, and it might either make the song blow up even more, or it might be like super weak, just based off how I said it. You feel me? So it's like people don't understand that. You feel me? And that goes into the style of music that you're trying to make. Like,
yeah.
Because when I was listening to the beat, I'm like, this sound like it could be like kind of pop, but it got a different type of melodic flow to it. Like it's different. Like I couldn't really pinpoint like what type of style it was though, but I like it though because it's different.
One of my boys, Lil Vamplin, when I first got to him before we was gang members and stuff, he like, you make country music? I was like, country? And I started accepting it. I was like, okay, I see how far the music I make goes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hear you on that. Like it's the wordplay and the difference of it.
Exactly, because like even with that beat that you use for Upside Down, if another artist probably would have heard that beat, they probably would have took that song in a whole nother direction. Cause I seen that beat going in so many different directions. Like even me as an artist, I feel like if I got on that song, I probably would have took it in a whole different direction. But I like the direction you took it in though, cause it's like I wish like a lot of people, like especially the people that's on like that's listening to us through the radio, I wish they could see what you actually look like, cause it's like it's a good example of what type of music you make. Not like judging a book off its cover, but
Fair enough.
You can
Fair.
see it though. Like
Fair, yeah. You
like
it's not capped.
exactly, and then like just different, like just I'm not saying it like that, but if you look at yourself, like one dread might be longer than the other dread,
Yeah.
like different little things like that people pay attention to, and like that all goes into you as an artist, and it all goes into like your makeup. That's why it's so different. That's why I like it, because it's interesting. That's what made me think about Juice. Cause I'm like, man, when Juice was around, he didn't. All his dreads weren't the same like Saz, but it's like how they mapped out though. It was his style though. You feel me? And it made him
you ready
him.
for this? Half head.
Like, you feel me?
Half head.
That's his style though, and it worked for
The
him.
only one in the world like this. There's only one meme that somebody tried to copy, but it's not me.
So I want to jump in and build on what Keith was saying as far as from a standpoint of visual. Those of you that's on Facebook Live, of course, can see FatboyGoth. Those of you that are listening on the radio that maybe want to get a visual of how FatboyGoth looks, man, you can definitely go to Fusion Radio, WIIT, on YouTube. And we promise you we'll have his interview up there for you guys to definitely check out. So anytime you miss any interviews, you definitely can catch them right there, Fusion Radio, WIIT, on YouTube, right there, man. Also, of course, man, you can definitely, man, catch the vibes as far as how these people look, man, definitely through Fusion Radio 08 on IG, man. So I want to go back into my brother FatboyGoth's movement, man, and man, you go crazy, man, when you performing and everything, man. So I've got to I know you got the people that's visually watching you via the Facebook Live, search Brian Stinson. You also got the people listening, man. If you could describe and paint a picture for the people that, you know, both are listening on both, man, and everything, man, as to what it's like to be in the presence of you, man.
Going to church.
Going to church. That's an interesting reference, right?
Going to church when it ain't church.
Yeah, all right, man. Talk to us, man. Build on that.
Every walk, every move, every look, everything you do in your body, the whole crowd is gonna feel it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's like it ain't the Holy Ghost, but it's whatever we tell them is they gonna feel it. I can't explain it. You don't have to come to a show.
So you know, this is a prefix for anybody that's listening or viewing. When they get done with your show, man, is it like a recovery period? You know, how long is the recovery period? I'm just asking, you know, seriously, like, how long do it take them to recover?
Hey, Bummer, go ahead, tell us something.
Come on, man.
It depends how hard you go, honestly.
All right, because you know, with Lala. When Lala comes to Chicago, they say that
you get somewhere.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
It
takes at least, I think, did they say minimum a week? Because it's not a couple of days. It's definitely not a couple of days to recover from Lala. So what you say, like, just on Lala, at least minimum a week?
I mean, no, honestly, it depends how hard you go. I mean, when you're in a mosh pit full of people punching you in the head, I mean, I think it depends on, like, how thick your skin is. Depends how hard you go.
That's crazy. Did you hear that? Punching you in the head.
Oh, yeah, that's how we have fun.
Did you hear that?
That's fun to us.
Keith, what do you think about that, man?
You know, it's so crazy. I always
It's punched with love.
Right, yeah.
I seen a mosh pit online one time, and I ain't really understand it. So, like, for the people who not familiar with a mosh pit, what's the whole purpose around a mosh pit, though? And what is a mosh pit?
I'm gonna let my brother tell you.
I would say it's just it's depending on how you're feeling on the music. You know, if you're listening to your favorite song, you're just thrashing out, having a good time with your friends. It's like you're not paying attention to how you're moving. You're just moving in whatever way that the music is moving you in. You're just paying attention to the vibrations and acting accordingly.
So, like, you really punch people and really hit people for real and just move around?
Some people
like,
punch, some people push. I mean, it depends on your style. Some people just like to dance. But if you're going in a mosh pit, I mean, don't get upset if somebody punches you in the head. You know, it's all with love. It's all about that aggression, getting it out in that space.
So, have you guys ever been a part of a mosh pit and felt some type of way about how it was going, or y'all just roll with the punches, basically?
Yes, but you have no choice but to roll with the punches. Be like, oh man, that really hurt, but I can't do anything about it because it's all with love. It's all like you knew what you were getting into and you hopped in there.
So it sounds like when y'all get done with the mosh pit, man, or whatsoever is, when somebody do go home and try to get some rest, they ain't getting no rest. Got all type of inflictions from y'all hitting them in the dome and everything.
Yeah.
They need a recovery
That's
period for the dome to come down from the mosh pit.
They got about
but
until next weekend.
It's a rule. It's a rule though. If you fall down,
Make sure somebody picks you up.
that's all.
Man, I mean, can you imagine that you go home, your head? I mean, you might need a designated driver. You know what I'm saying? That you get done with the mosh pit. I mean,
You came to listen to good music. You got a knot on your
boy,
head.
got a knot on your head.
That's
Walking
crazy.
around, folks like, man, who just knotted you up?
Yeah, well, you just scrapping. You just got
Who
a fist
you-
fight.
right.
No, I was at a mosh pit. That's crazy. Though.
Right, that is, man. So, man, FatboyGoth is here, man. I want to get into, man, like, what can we expect musically, from you, man, the rest of this 2023 and just different goals that you have set for yourself.
Okay, I'm working on an EP. I don't have the name for it yet. I'm gonna surprise the fans. I'm gonna surprise the family. I'm gonna drop that. We've been booked for a lot of shows. Me, Vomit, Broken Souls Coat. That's the label. That's the crew. Broken Souls Coat. Just working. I'm just really flowing. How's life's going? I got a lot of opportunity that's been hitting my inbox. I've been collaborating with, and I'm just hoping the best and moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's good, man. Do you want to stay independent or you want to sign with a major, man? Like, what's your thoughts on that, man?
The money that's in my account, the money that's in my ticket link, I think I'm going to stay independent because I didn't see more than 10 bands off this just playing around and care about my family and friends. He got his own ticket link, his own account. I think I'm going to stay independent. But these interviews and everything that's been going on and all the people that shouting us out, if it's more than $5 million, maybe. But nah, we gonna stay independent because we looking pretty decent.
Cause see, what people fail to realize with us and the technology we got and the opportunities we got now, we really don't need labels. See, back then, like in the early 80s, 90s, they didn't have the type of things that we got. They didn't have things like DistroKid, TuneCore, stuff like that, like opportunities to put their music out on certain platforms and put it out there to the people. And then they ain't had things like social media too. So like, you don't really need a label to get famous or to put your song out there to millions of people and stuff like that. So yeah, why would you want to sign to somebody and get them a piece of your hard-earned work and your money when you don't have to?
That's true, and I think even including myself, and that's why I feel good with all the label situations that I was a part of before I came here. All the amazing people that I was a part of, and I'm doing it myself now. Be yourself. Don't let nobody tell you what you should do. Be yourself. Don't let nobody tell you how you should walk into the building, what you should say, and things like that. I own myself, and everything's been going great. I got a dope team with me. I don't plan on signing to no label. Do y'all feel like signing to a label?
No.
We looking decent. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what's so crazy?
The mainstream follow what we do. So
You know what's so crazy is as I like the way y'all did that, man. I don't know why it felt like he was finna say like boo to a label, boo.
they gotta come with a bag. They gotta come with a bag. The mainstream actually follows what we do and they put it out. I get that from my body. It's not. Go ahead and tell them, bro.
Bro, it's just pay attention. Pay attention to everything. They have people that watch the underground and pay attention. They take notes and they bring it into mainstream platforms. So it's just pay attention. As the mainstream gets from the underground. You feel me?
That's what's good, man. Like, also, man, outside of the music, man, what's some other things that my boy FatboyGoth is talented at that maybe the average person didn't know, man? Some outside talents outside of music that you sit there, they like, man, I didn't know you was cold at that.
To be honest, I A&R.
Wow, that's
I ain't an
major,
artist.
man. That's major. Seriously.
I got artists that people listen to on the radio now.
Shout them out.
I don't want to
Oh, okay.
because I don't want you to know.
All right, that's wonderful, man. That's
I'm
a tease
being
right here.
honest.
No, you know what's you
I'm
know-
being super honest. If I do it, it's gonna make me
No.
go up hard. I want to keep it so quiet. It'll just happen and it make my life happy.
You know what I like about that? Some radio show hosts would be mean, like, man, why you sitting here doing the tease on me on radio? But me, I love it. I love it. I ain't sharing it with you. Nah. You can't hear about my artist.
No, and you know what's crazy? It's not even my artist. It's for them.
All right. I love that.
Ain't no charge, ain't no script, ain't no
Right.
nothing. I know they're gonna do it. I know they're gonna make it to a different level. So I'm gonna put them in position at another level. And one of the people I actually talking with, they're actually really good right now, and happy for the best of them.
That's what's up.
They're doing for the best of me too, naturally. And it's all self love, self care. People that you cared about, that's your family, that wouldn't do you wrong. That's all. Keep it in the family.
For sure.
Social media wise, man, and then direct them to the visuals, man. And check out your visuals, man. Previous work, man, that you got out there. Maybe even go back, man. You know what I want to know is, and I think you see where I'm going with this.
Going through it?
I think you see where I'm going with this, man. Maybe if they want to get a sample of when you was Joe Jizzle, how you was, like you got some Joe Jizzle work up there.
Oh man, it's global.
Right, you got some Joe Jizzle where they can go back and see the evolution from Joe Jizzle to FatboyGoth.
So you can check out Going Through It. That's a very Chicago powerful song. Everybody in Chicago know that song. From there you can just get in tap with me on Instagram, FatboyGoth, FatBoy Goth, GOTH, and follow everything that's been going on.
For sure.
Hey, and shout out, we just Famous Dex just brought us out. He just did a Chicago tour. He brought us out on he did the Chicago tour. He did a global tour. He brought me and Vomit out on the Chicago date. Shout out him for doing that. He's doing well and better. So that was really kind of cool for the fans to add to. So yeah, I mean everything else is just all self-love, self-care, share for the family, keep it in the family. I don't know what to say.
For sure.
Bro, it's so cool.
I definitely want to thank you for coming to Fusion Radio and sharing your story and stuff like that and your transition. Because it was definitely interesting, though. Most definitely.
So I felt like I wouldn't be doing the listening and viewing audience justice. You know, I was over here. You know, wonderful thing about having a co-host is you can listen to him, listen to the guest, and then work your magic when a guest say so. So what was I doing? I was over here cooking up, going through it. We're going to go back. And as we close out this interview, here's some Joe Jizzle.
Okay.
Going through it, man. All right? We finna get into that, man. It's Fusion Radio, man. We're back in a second with more dope guests, man. Get this Joe Jizzle, man, going through it in your ears, man.
Got me thinking about you like, got me thinking about you like got me thinking about you like got me thinking about you like I never thought before. Cause you got me smoking like I never smoked before. Going through it, yeah, I'm going through it. Cause I'm thinking about you like I never thought before. Just got me drinking like I never drunk before. I guess I'm going through it. I guess I'm going through it, yeah, I'm going through it. Got me going through it, yeah, I'm going through it. Cause I'm thinking about you like I never thought before. Got me smoking like I never smoked before. Yeah, I'm going through it. She probably out here putting on the low, but I'm the only one that do get caught. Everything you wearing, yeah, I bought. And everything you driving, yeah, I bought. So come on, that bullshit down, you thought. When I take you out shopping, don't ask no cost. Cause you know that I got it, yeah, I'm a boss. When your bitch hit me up, I send them off. Thinking about you every day, I swear it's got me going crazy, yeah, I'm going crazy. Girl, let's get up, I got reservations. Girl, bring a friend, that's her invitation. Man, it's simple, girl, she don't know what I'm saying. Oh, she probably really don't care what I'm saying. Oh, she probably really don't care what I'm saying, yeah. Got me thinking about you like I never thought before. Cause you got me smoking like I never smoked before. Going through it, yeah, I'm going through it. Cause I'm thinking about you like I never thought before. Just got me drinking like I never drunk before. I guess I'm going through it. going through it, yeah, I'm going through it. Got me going through it, got me going through it, yeah, I'm going through it. Cause I'm thinking about you like I never done before. Got me smoking like I never smoked before. Yeah, I'm going through it, got me going through it. I'm thinking about you like I never thought before. Just got me smoking like I never smoked before. I'm going through it. I'm thinking about you like I never thought before. Just got me drinking like I never drunk before. I'm going through it. I'm